Alright, what's happening, everyone? Welcome to a very special episode of VMFC. Today, we're going to be previewing the MLS. The MLS returns for its 25th season. MLS has to be the most polarizing league in the world. You either absolutely hate it, or you think it's on the come up, and you think it's probably going to be one of the better leagues within these next few years. But regardless, the MLS Major League Soccer returns this weekend. And I think that you should be watching it, but before you even begin to watch any of these games or you get invested into any of this, these are some of the storylines that you should be watching. The first one is the Mexican influence. Alan Pulido, the top goal scorer in the Mexican League's last tournament, is now playing for Sporting Kansas City. Chicharito, all-time leading goal scorer in the Mexican national team, is now part of LA Galaxy, replacing Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Rodolfo Pizarro, arguably one of the better players in the last few years in the Mexican League, is now part of Inter Miami. And of course, Carlos Vela has been killing it in LAFC since 2018. He holds the record for most goals in a season, whatever. We already know what he's been doing. 4 of the better Mexican players currently are now part of the MLS. The MLS attracts these players for various reasons. First and foremost, it's the lifestyle that being in the United States provides. Of course, you have the comforts. You can go to different games, different sporting events. There are so many things to do in the United States. Of course, there could be a distraction, but if you're disciplined, it's okay. Everything's going to be fine. The second thing is earning dollars. One thing is to earn dollars, and another completely different thing is to earn pesos. You really don't want to earn pesos in this day and age because it's so devalued. If you earn dollars, you're winning in life. I mean, if you're winning like millions of dollars, you know, of course, with these athletes and the deals that they strike with these big MLS franchises. And if I'm being completely honest, another big reason as to why these players are coming over to the MLS is because of the culture. There are so many Mexican people living in the United States, and if you take a look, these players are going to Mexican markets. I don't know so much about Kansas City with Alan Pulido, but I know Chicharito in Los Angeles. He arrived at the airport. He was a massive superstar already. Not that he had to arrive at LA Galaxy to be a superstar in the United States, because he was already a superstar, but he's a star in LA. Carlos Vela in LA as well. Rodolfo Pizarro. Granted, there aren't many Mexicans in Miami or even southern Florida, but there is a heavy Latino influence. So it's going to be interesting to see how the MLS is going to benefit. These are ways that both players and teams and the league can benefit all mutually. The second storyline that I think you should be following is the Seattle Sounders and their dominance. They are the reigning and defending MLS champions. They knocked out LAFC in the Western Conference semifinal last year, or the Western Conference final last year. LAFC had the best regular season in history of Major League Soccer, and they were eliminated by Seattle Sounders. The Sounders went into LAFC's stadium, and they told them, move over, we're going to the finals, not you. So they ended up defeating them. They hosted the MLS Finals and they defeated Toronto FC 3-1 this past November. For whatever reason, they let Seattle Sounders get better this offseason. They got a midfielder from Minnesota United by the last name Ibarra, and they got João Paulo from Botafogo in Brazil. So somehow this team managed to get better in the offseason, and I really wouldn't be surprised if they go back-to-back this season because the team was already good. You take a look at the team, and you have a Peruvian striker like Raúl Ruidiaz, played in the Liga MX, played in Mexico. Jordan Morris, you have Nico Lodeiro, Alex Roldan, and then their manager, his name is escaping my mind right now, but Schmetzer, there we go, Schmetzer. They already had a great team as it was, and now they have a couple more additions, maybe addressing some of the needs. Be careful, because we could be looking at a potential dynasty in the making. The third storyline that you should be following, and this is a homer alert, I gotta tell you guys, homer alert 100%. Let me show you something real quick that I have in my room. This is a ticket to the final Chicago Fire game played at SeatGeek Stadium. I have it with me. It's a cool piece of piece of history right here. So, of course, this storyline involves Chicago Fire. This team, my goodness, this team has a new owner, a new stadium, well, a new venue because they're going to Soldier Field. This stadium has been around for years. New venue, new owner, new GM, new coach, new identity. The logo has changed completely. This is a completely different team from last year, and let's be honest here. I've been living in the Chicagoland area my entire life. I know what Chicago Fire is. I remember when Chicago Fire was a team that people actually watched. Now, Chicago Fire has become a bit of a joke. Being honest, it sucks to say it because I really enjoy going to their games and watching them play just because of the atmosphere. But now, with the logo change and all that, fans aren't really happy. So, what I'm looking at is how will Chicago Fire react with these these shifts, 180 shifts, where it's a different team. And you brought in a new coach, well, you brought in first a new GM, then the new coach, and now the coach is bringing in his signings. He brought Pérez, the striker, formerly at Saint Etienne, Álvaro Medrán, formerly at Real Madrid and Valencia, Gaston Jiménez, Mauricio Pineda from Bolingbrook, Illinois, homegrown player. These are new players that have to adapt to this new style or this new culture that Chicago Fire has. And of course, if there's one thing that I ask for, and I've been asking for this for a long time, please give Djordje Mihailovic the time that he needs to play. I'm pretty sure he's going to start against Seattle on Sunday. But just give him time, please. Give him some time to show off. It looked like 2019 was going to be his year. Sadly, it wasn't. It is what it is. 2020, clean slate. I would love to see how he does now with a brand new coach in a brand new system. Chicago Fire, you better watch out for this team. My hope is that they earn a playoff spot. I think that they're going to be there on like this close. Either they make it into like the last few places or they are out of the playoffs for because of a few points that they didn't earn, which that's massive. And the last storyline, the final storyline that you should be following in this 2020 MLS season is Inter Miami, of course, because Miami, well, Fort Lauderdale. I mean, it's still southern Florida, which is cool. Nice weather. Great girls. Nick, shout out. And you have soccer in beautiful weather. You have David Beckham at the helm. He knows what he's doing. This project has been marinating for years, and finally it's coming to fruition on Sunday when they face off LAFC in Los Angeles. So they're not going to be playing in Miami for a few weeks until the stadium that they get to play in is prepared to host a game. But David Beckham is at the helm, and David Beckham knows what he's doing. He knows what the MLS is like. He knows how the MLS works. So, David Beckham brought in Diego Alonso. He knows the CONCACAF region. Diego Alonso, a Uruguayan manager, has won the CONCACAF Champions League with Pachuca and with Monterrey. So he knows what it's all about here in CONCACAF. And with Diego Alonso came in Rodolfo Pizarro, who I just spoke about a few minutes ago. He is my favorite Mexican player right now. I think that his style is going to be very beneficial for the MLS and the way that they play. So it looks like David Beckham, Inter Miami, have an idea of what they want to do. They have a path that they want to follow. And that's great. That's cool. That's awesome. But the expectations are high. Not so much because of the roster that they have, but because of where they're playing. It's a big city. It's a big market. You have a lot of Latino people there that are anxious to finally see some soccer, some professional soccer, and a team that they can rally behind. Because, of course, they had Orlando City, but Orlando City's far away from where they're at in southern Florida. So they finally have a team that they can root for, and it looks like it's a very good, sustainable project. Results are the ones that are going to dictate if this is actually sustainable or not. And that is it for the storylines that you should be following for this MLS. MLS season kicks off on Saturday, which at the time that I'm recording this is 2 days from today. At the time that this goes up, it's tomorrow. So we already have very good games for the first week. Houston Dynamo against LA Galaxy, LAFC against Inter Miami, Chicago Fire visiting Seattle Sounders. This is going to be very fun. It's going to be really interesting. I can guarantee you that I'm going to be going to a lot of these games. I know for a fact that it's very likely that I'm going to the home opener for Chicago Fire, and whenever Inter Miami rolls around, I'll probably be there. I believe it's May 9th that they play Chicago Fire, so I'll probably be there. The weather's going to be nicer, hopefully. If not, I'll sacrifice my time and my money, and I'll end up going to Fort Lauderdale again to watch Inter Miami play Chicago Fire whenever they play, because crappy weather here, and I have to sacrifice my time and my money to travel to beautiful Southern Florida. All right, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the games. And watch the MLS. Some people ask, how can I support my local team? Watch it. Watch the games. Watch the games. Go to the games. Buy gear. You don't have to buy the jerseys that are like $140. If you don't want to, that's cool. Just buy gear. Go to the games. Support. Tweet about it. Make sure that this league just grows and grows and grows, because at the end of the day, this is a league that is being played in our country. So if you want to support it, that's the way to do so. Enjoy the weekend. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.